People had horses, things were laid out, blocks were laid out really long, as if you're traveling at the speed on horseback and not walking. It explains a lot of what's difficult about being a tourist.
Hold your thing here. But we're gonna walk back. Okay? Lazy bun. My lazy bun. You like the ride?
Yeah.
So we are going to the Lincoln Memorial. You said there are two memorials next to it?
Yes, so the Lincoln Memorial is in the center of the line that runs east-west from the Capitol through the Washington Monument. And there's the Lincoln Memorial at the end. And then to its left and to its right, as Abraham Lincoln is looking to the Capitol, there is a memorial to the Vietnam War and the Korean War. And then a very short walk from the Korean War Memorial is the Martin Luther King Memorial, which is lovely, historic, and also on the tidal basis to be able to look across and see the Jefferson Memorial. And Martin Luther King is also next to my favorite memorial in the whole city, which is the Memorial to Franklin Delano Roosevelt. So there's a lot concentrated down there, and it's a nice place for somebody who likes to do some walking and some riding to sort of start.
Yeah. See, we would be seeing that. Which monument is this?
So this is a statue of General William Tecumseh Sherman. He was one of our two most prominent generals fighting for the North in our Civil War. And he was later the head of the Army of the West, which was the United States Army after the Civil War when we were expanding to the West, building our railroads and mostly killing our Native American tribes by getting them sick from the European disease. This is the south entrance to the White House. There isn't really a front door or a back door to the White House. If you walk across here, you see the South Lawn. We're going to see the South Lawn. We're go right down here and get that idea ahead.
Okay. So are there visitors? I'm seeing cars parked over there. So are those visitors or?
So some of them are visitors. When it says 15-minute parking and no parking entrance, they're probably going to get a ticket, or they have a government. They might have a government parking lot and give you most of the spaces are reserved for government employees.
Oh, okay.
This is the U.S. Department of Commerce. All of the buildings between this street and the Capitol, on the south side of Pennsylvania Avenue, were built in a 10-year period in the 1920s and 1930s to house federal agencies. That's what we call the federal triangles, triangular shape. The Department of Commerce was the largest of all of them.
Oh, they're rebuilding it?
This building here is the Department of Commerce.
It's huge.
It is.
Bigger than the Treasury.
Well, they needed it. This had offices for managing and regulating the entire United States economy, not just the money supply.
Oh, which memorial is it?
So this building right here is our newest Smithsonian museum. It's the Museum of African American History and Culture.
Oh.
It's turning 2 next month. It is fantastic.
Wow.
Like the other Smithsonian Museum, it's free to visit, and it's a storytelling memorial. It's extremely well curated. It's very, very well done as a museum. But when you go in, you start in the basement, and you walk your way up to the present. And so it's laid out much more the 14th and 15th century the slave trade in Africa all the way to the very top of the 20th century history and I think that you and your son would enjoy the museum very much.
This one?
Yeah, exactly.
It's free to get in, isn't it?
It's free. You have to probably have a better chance of getting in the afternoon than in the morning.
Oh.
The demand is high, so often they'll give you a time when you can come. But I would, were I you, I would try to visit it after you're at the Lincoln Memorial. Are you going to be in town tomorrow?
Yeah, I'll be in town tomorrow.
Yeah, a good thing to do would be to start the day there early and find out when you can get a ticket that day.
Oh, okay.
That might be a way to do it. But it's well worth it. It's my personal favorite.
It looks beautiful. It wasn't there when I last came here.
Yeah, that's right. That was the last spot that was left for building a museum on the National Mall.
Oh, okay.
So there's lots of stories about the Washington Monument. It's an obelisk. That's a stone structure that we first found in Egypt. It was the tallest man-made structure in the world when it was finished in the 1880s. It's clad in marble, and if you look very carefully, you can see it looks like there's a watermark about a third of the way up.
Yeah.
Well, that line is where they ran out of wood marble, halt the construction, and when they resumed, they got it from another farm.
Oh, so it was a different one. This is the White House from this end.
This is the White House. The White House with the south lawn.
Yeah.
The circular lawn is called the ellipse. That fountain in the center is actually on the White House south lawn itself. And behind it, the third floor of the building is the president's private quarters.
Oh, okay. But you can't go that close. You have to have a card to go.
In order to go closer to those people at that fence, you need to get a pass from a member of Congress.
From member of Congress.
Now, if you look to the south, straight down there, you can see that the president every morning can look straight out his window at the Jefferson Memorial.
Yeah.
And there's a cut in the trees there, so he can actually look right at Jefferson's statue.
Yeah.
It's nifty. It's very deliberate. That line, that north-south line, is called the meridian. It's the half. It marks what was when the city was laid out 225 years ago. Washington was a perfect square, and the line straight down the middle went down 16th Street through the center of the White House, and it was supposed to go through the center of the Washington Monument.
Okay.
They had to move the Washington Monument a little bit closer to the Capitol because it was too close to the water's edge.
Oh.
That means that all of this used to be open water until about 150 years ago. There was a canal that ran underneath this street on Constitution Avenue, but the open water was right over there. We filled this in and made new land to build more memorials in the early 20th century. So almost all of the monuments you're going to see when I drop you off at Lincoln are on land that was reclaimed from the river. It would have been underwater 125 years ago.
Oh.
So we have many small memorials and small parks. You know that gold sword right there we just went past? That was a gift to us from France for defending Paris against the Germans in World War I.
Oh.
Every single small park that was created in our original master plan of the city is managed by the National Park Service. And many of them have a historic figure in them. The park's not always named after them. There's a park with a statue of General Nathaniel Greene from the Revolutionary War in it. But the name of the park is Stanton Park. It's named after the Secretary of War during the Civil War. So, it doesn't always make sense. Great trivia question. Whose statue is in Stanton Park? People are just like, Edwin Stanton? You're like, no, Nathaniel Greene. Who knew?
How come?
I don't know.
Who was naming these places?
I don't know. So that little house right there,
Yeah.
red stone house,
Mhm.
that was the lock keeper's house. There was a canal from the Capitol down to Georgetown, ran underneath the street, and that was the building. His job was to enclose the canal. The barges was there, and he raised a family of 11 kids in that house.
Wow.
That's the
This
oldest
small
building-
house?
That's the oldest building on the National Mall. It was built in 1831.
Wow.
I don't think all 11 of them lived there at the same time.
I hope not. It looks too small.
So these buildings on the right, as we head towards Lincoln Memorial. are
Which
in a
one is it?
neighborhood- We call this Foggy Bottom, this neighborhood.
Oh, the Foggy Bottom?
This is the Organization of American States. The building up ahead is Pan American Union. These are membership organizations of all of the states in the Western Hemisphere.
Oh, okay.
And farther up Virginia Avenue, probably the most famous office that's located in Foggy Bottom, we use it as shorthand for the United States State Department, is the State Department. So the United States State Department is up that street as well. These statues are of revolutionary heroes of South American and Central American independence. Father of independent Paraguay, or Uruguay, actually.
Uruguay.
There is Simón Bolivar, the
Simón
liberator of
Bolivar.
half a dozen former Spanish colonies.
You like it? Because you're not walking?
You're not gonna have any space for it.
Now you look, these lovely hardwood trees, these tall trees
Yeah.
in a row,
Yeah.
they're all the same kind of variety. They have their branches go up and they make kind of a V shape as they go open up.
Yeah.
Called American elms. They're very, there's an important story that those elm trees tell us. In the United States we had Dutch elm disease, which was an import from Europe that tried to make extinct all of our American elm trees.
Yeah.
And it was here on the mall. This was wiping out all the street trees in the community. But here on the mall, they came up with a disease-resistant variety. So you see these elm trees now are related to many of the downtowns that have healthy elm trees today. We share our cuttings with towns throughout the United States. I just think they're very beautiful. The very first tree I learned how to paint in second and third grade.
Yeah.
Our art teacher told us how to
Paint
by
the elm.
making the first brush strokes in the branch. We had another very popular tree that was used for construction that did go extinct. It was called the American chestnut. We never found a solution for that. So the American chestnut is extinct.
Oh.
So we're very happy that the elms at least were saved. Some of the elm trees never suffered from the blight. We have an elm tree near the Natural History Museum that was planted in 1843. Quite old.
This is the National Reserve.
This is the Federal Reserve Bank. Our Federal Reserve banking system has branches, 9 of them, I believe, throughout the country. This is the headquarters branch. This is where the Board of Governors and the Chairman of the Federal Reserve meet and set interest rates. And that helps make the decision about how much money to print, and then they'll print that money over at the Bureau of Engraving and Printing on the other side of the
On the
mall.
other side.
And our last site to look at before we take a left and head to the Lincoln Memorial, drop you off, there's a statue up here of Albert Einstein,
Oh,
the German immigrant to the United States,
yeah.
who won the Nobel Prize for the theory of relativity.
Yeah.
And his thinking was responsible for the eventual development of the atomic bomb. So there's a statue of him seated, holding in his left hand his notebook with the theory of relativity on it.
There he is.
And you see how shiny his nose is and his
Uh-huh.
right knee. School children like to climb in his lap and rub his nose for good luck.
Oh.
That's a tradition. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Okay. Thank you very much.
Michael, did you see Einstein?
Yeah.
So, diagonal road that's leading to Lincoln Memorial is straight up ahead. As we come to it, you're going to see it surrounded by columns. There's nothing that isn't symbolic about it. There are 36 columns around the Lincoln Memorial. There were 36 states in the United States when the Lincoln Memorial was finished. When President Lincoln was assassinated in 1865, there were 36 states. There's one column for each state. All the names of the states when this memorial was finished are listed around the roof.
Oh.
So the last state that had entered the Union was Arizona. And then there's a plaque out front for Alaska, Hawaii on the stairs leading up to see the statue. Well, when you see the statue of Abraham Lincoln, you'll appreciate its beauty. Daniel French is the sculptor who is from Concord, Massachusetts. One of his early commissions was the statue of the Minuteman. It's on Lexington Green at the first site of the first battle between the British and the Americans in our Revolutionary War. The Lincoln Memorial has Abraham Lincoln seated in a way that reflects the statue of Zeus as he sat in the Parthenon in Greece, which was a very important symbol of democracy for our founders. And at Abraham Lincoln's left hand and right hand on the wall are copies inscribed of the second inaugural address, which called for a just peace to the South at the end of the Civil War, just before he was assassinated, and also a copy of the Gettysburg